So let's say, why are we discussing this subject today? And the first thing which comes to my mind, which I want to rule out, is that it's a word, meditation, and it has been used a little bit too much by everyone and anyone. And it happens. It has become more like a commercial word, like a product, like a toothpaste, right? We think that we do it every day. We know what a toothpaste is, but have you ever read the composition of a toothpaste? Have you, except the dentist, of course? No, most of us have not read what is in the toothpaste. We think it's something which to be done in the morning and get rid of it. So likewise, there are so many things that we think we know because we have heard the name so many times. So we think that I know what is meditation. And those who know meditation, they also say that we don't know what is meditation. So it's something which is very individual, very personal to each person. So there cannot be a generalization. And therefore, we take things like, sitting in a certain posture or doing certain thing in certain way is meditation. And that makes us feel comfortable that, yeah, we know what is meditation. Good enough. And therefore, the problem that we don't find it very attractive, because those who say they practice meditation, we have seen them. And the young generation is not too happy with all those so-called meditators. And that's why, therefore, they are not interested, because they are not in the halo effect or some authority bias that some great person is saying and doing, therefore we should do. They are smart enough, they can see through, so they are not interested in this word. I've spoken to many young people. I have few young people in my family, friends, and in general, and I find that they are 0% interested in this thing called meditation. And why would they be? I'm all for them, I'm with them. It's a pointless thing. Those who are doing it are nothing to be, envy about. There's nothing great in them. There's nothing which you feel that, yeah, I also want to become like this person. No, we are not putting enough examples. So they are not interested. And the whole subject is messed up. So I thought that it's time to redesign this model of meditation by giving it a fresh new name. Because first of all, meditation name is English and it's wrong for the subject, which actually is. In Sanskrit, the name was Dhyan. We do not understand this Dhyan word also in complete depth. And there is no equivalent word in other languages. Therefore, they use this word meditation, which actually means focused thinking on a subject. That too is a wonderful thing. If you focus your thinking on a subject, a lot more comes out. So fine, it's a label, it's a name, so that we all understand what we're talking about generally, and the show goes on. So like I said, this word is very popular, and because it is popular, that's one. Because people say it's a good thing, because it is accepted by elders, that when you say some elder person that I do meditation, or friend or people that you are around, your social circle, they'll be happy. They'll say, wow, you do meditation. Wonderful. That's kind of validation. We like all that. We like that. We like that. It's a human thing. It's okay to like it. And that's the reason that we keep going into it and think that ये तो करने जैसा है, because there is a lot of admiration. When I say I'm a meditator on the t-shirt, suddenly there is, different people will treat you differently, because they think that आप कुछ महान हो. Maybe you think that it is the remedy for the problems which you're facing in life. We'll talk about that. Maybe you have curiosity that ये होता क्या है. People sit for hours, closed eyes, quiet, and they are not asleep. So yes, Hital, I guess that will attract people more. But what? Just Write it. I want to read that. So you have curiosity, which is wonderful. That's a good starting point. And I think in youngsters, I would like them to be curious about it. What is this thing? Why are you singing so many songs of this thing? That I'll be happy to answer that and begin the query. And as I said, workshops. These workshops, which I want to conduct, organize, will be more like roundtable. I'll share my opinions, my theory, and I would like everyone to share as well. And curiosity is the good starting point. Let's go ahead. Let's say what is not meditation. I explained a few points that it is not sitting quietly in a corner. It's not. It's just a media thing up to now. Everywhere you have read, you do like this, and that's called meditation. That's not. Because the young people, those who have energy, want to be fountain of energy. And when you are a fountain of energy, you want to do things. Your body, your mind wants to express things. So telling them that sit down quietly is a reverse thing, and it's like breaking the flow. It's like going opposite to the flow, and it's a deal breaker. It's going. There's an alternative name for meditation. It's called flow. And just like you understand that flow is a flow, you go with the flow, right? But then I'll say what it is. It's a game of awareness. Remember this word, game of awareness, because game, it has to be a game. If you are too serious about it, then you have started it basically wrong. So it's a play, it's a game. And if you are in the gaming mindset, in the playful mindset, then the story begins. Otherwise, for those who are doing it very seriously, I think reset, hit reset. And when I say that it's about awareness, it simplifies it. That any activity or no activity, right? Even if you are sitting quietly, then also, and even if you're walking, running, talking, doing your everyday things, be aware about what you are doing, not forcefully. Because most of these conscious living people are forcefully trying to be aware, and that is like trying to swim with your head out in the water, because the more you try to pull the head out of the water, the more you go deeper into the water. So it's a very fine balance, nothing forceful, but with inclination towards being aware about what is happening. And in between you will not be aware, which is fine. You are never out of meditation, even if you know this subject or don't know, even if you are from a different planet. We all are basically in meditation, because it's called consciousness. As long as you're alive, in body, functioning, you are in meditation. The difference is in the degree of your intensity, right? Conscious is everything living. We have certain definition for conscious, which again is a subject, not the right place and time, location, venue. Being aware is your choice. If you choose to be aware, you can start right now. If you're listening to this and you're doing this one thing, all your antennas are in one direction, there's sense of harmony inside. That's meditation. Now all we need to do is increase the intensity slowly, politely, without anything forceful. So meditation cannot be forceful. It's like Those who are musicians, they know that string instruments, if it's too tight or if it's too loose, there will not be music. Just right, and there is music. This instrument, body, mind, emotions, everything is also an instrument. So there is a fine tuning required. So let's go to what is fine tuning. I'm going very fast, okay? In the workshop, we will do everything which can be done in detail, in depth. But this is a social media, and you are looking for entertainment, not this subject of meditation. I'm sorry, I'm out of line here, because this media is mostly for entertainment. Very few of us look for something to learn, and when you want to learn, you go to the best possible sources. So that's where I don't fit in anywhere. Neither I'm an entertainment, nor I'm the greatest source of knowledge. I'm somewhere in between. But I felt that it's important for me to share what I understand, and whatever it helps you, even 1%, I'll be happy. So let's get down to the core of today's session. We cannot stay aware because there are so many things we are fighting with constantly. And when we are fighting, there's a limit to which you can fight. After a point, you're tired and you go into unconscious. So becoming aware is like understanding that you're fighting with so many things. Now, question is, why are we fighting with so many emotions and so many ideas and people in every situation now and then? We're fighting because we are told that certain things have to be treated in certain way. It's a borrowed knowledge. So what happens is, since you're, let's stick to this life, let's not go to past life. That's a different subject. Since we start to understand bachpan se, we start gathering, so many of these ideas, advices from everyone, everything around us. And we have this thing called mind. So every experience, every person, every situation, every group of people that we come across, or even read, or even watch something on movies, because now the world is expanded. It's not just what we see from our, senses in the physical reality. We also see a lot of far away things. Everything goes inside and it becomes part of your inner ecosystem. Pay attention. Yeah, important. Everything becomes part of your inner ecosystem. Opinions, your beliefs, your ideas, somebody else's ideas, mom's ideas, dad's ideas, relatives' ideas, friends' ideas, they all are part of your ecosystem. And you decide based on the whole majority voting in certain direction. So it's almost like there's a city inside, and together they decide to do certain things. Part of them decide not to do certain things, and things are moving. So there's always a half-hearted thing, because there is a dark side, a negative side. Going forward, we start to suppress all the negative side inside our head. Negative side is all the opinions and people and things that you are carrying in your head. Those who are very notorious, we start to suppress them and start to throw them in the corner. That becomes our subconscious mind. Imagine that you were the only person on this planet, only person. Nothing to hide, nothing to copy, nothing to compare. In that case, you would not have a subconscious mind, because the name subconscious, why is it subconscious? You are hiding from yourself. Why you are hiding from yourself? Because you don't want it to be seen by other people. That is the primary reason you create a subconscious mind, or not you create, but it happens. It gets created. If you have a house and there are many rooms, but then there are guests in this house, some you like, some you dislike. Why you dislike? Because you were told to dislike them. They are not dislikable. So you throw these guests into piche wale room, and in your front hall there are only wonderful people there who will greet people, make you feel good. So slowly, gradually, that subconscious part of your house will start building up. There will be so many people inside that you don't even know, but they are being stuffed inside, almost like prison. Now a point comes, you're scared to open up those rooms and meet them because they are agitated. Right? This one is a good example. I was thinking that I should remember it, and now I remember. I get so many ideas before I go live, and then I pick and choose which one to share. And sometimes when I get nervous or conscious, or I feel like I'm too lonely, I'm just talking, nobody is listening, I don't know, then I start to feel that all the good ideas are escaping. Just like you want to escape right now and switch this off happens. I also do that. So let's get to this house. Let's call it palace. You have a palace inside. There's a front part, wonderful, nice, and there is a back part which is like all the monsters because they are locked in that back rooms for a long, long time. Suppressed emotions. You call it subconscious mind. Now, this is the situation, right? Now, how do you solve this situation? So obviously, answer is that go and meet them, but you're scared to meet them. It's like monsters, getting angry. Hulk, all green, ready to. So you can't. And therefore you postpone, therefore you're afraid to even close your eyes. I say, oh, let's sit for meditation. And many people tell me that, we can't even close our eyes. Impossible. It's just when we close the eyes, we have to sleep. If we sit with closed eyes, it's a problem. Think, why is it the problem? If you are not doing it, you are extending the problem. It's like a wound, right? If you have a wound somewhere and you hide it, you lock it completely, never open it, what will happen? Doctors, come on. Now, if you open it, we go for, what do you call it? Dressing. When you go for dressing, they open up, right? It pains, right? They apply the medicine, maybe they'll remove certain part, and it's, while I'm talking, some of you could be going, but that's meditation. So don't be too happy that, oh, meditation to karna chahiye, relax. I'm telling you all the plus and minus. But I'm saying this is a surgical treatment, it's a therapy. It's important. The more you delay it, there could be even more problems. And you are not delaying it. I think it's happening by nature that the day you are ready to open those wounds and greet them, meet them, face the pain, and heal them, that's when it will begin. So there is a point in life, it's a threshold point that now I'm ready. Sometimes you try to do it because everybody else is doing, and therefore you want to do it, but it will not happen. That click thing will not happen. The click happens when you are ready. So it's good to know the subject, to think about it, to attempt, but not expect certain results, quick turnaround, because it is required that a lot of other things are also in harmony. It's nature. So if it's not happening, that's fine. There's no need to rush, panic. It's good to know the subject so that when time comes, you know that now I think I'm ready. So there is a period called maturity. It's like fruit, ripening, and at the right time, there will be sweetness. That's what meditation is. That keep on playing it like a musical instrument, and a point comes when the music begins. So there is a simple way to begin that thing, and that's important as well. That, like I said, the palace model, that everything which we have labeled as negative is not actually negative, because in nature there is no negative or positive. Everything is, it just is the way it is. So there is labels which is created by minds. Mind is created by the whole world, society, people around us. They're all well wishers, but then label divides us from inside. we start to see certain part of us good, certain part of us not good, and that keeps us divided. So when I use the word individual, the meaning is individual. It's the person who is not divisible. But that is a physical appearance. Inside, we are all so divided because there are so many different opinions floating, and we are not able to decide which one to go with. So, everything which is part of your mind, if you start accepting it, if you are going through some mental pain, you can do two things. Either you reject it, which you have been doing, but it's not going away. Try the opposite, welcome it, make it part of your ecosystem. If it exists, this, even if it is imaginary pain, if it exists in your imagination too, it is nature's creation. And if it is created, there must be some space for it. Even the evil which you see in the world around, it's there and it's part of nature. It's created by nature. There must be some need by the nature. We do not know the reasons yet, and therefore we reject it. But what do we know? We don't know anything. We don't know how the hair grow. We don't know how the food gets digested. I keep repeating that thing. We do not know. So labeling things is a very naive approach. Understanding will come when you accept it. So it's like a negative feeling, which is, I suggest that if you take it as a friend, which you have been fighting for a long time, flip the perspective and welcome that friend and sit with that friend for a while. After the session ends, try 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Whatever negative feelings are there inside, sit with them, welcome them, and say, okay, come sit with me. It's like inviting those people in the back rooms, you know, with the white flag, that come sit with me. Let's have a tea together. Let's have a discussion of, friends, like a round table where everyone comes, sit together as an equal and speaks. If we just let them come to the round table and speak to us, probably they will say something which was useful to us, which they have been waiting for their turn to speak to us. And that probably will solve majority of problem, because it was a problem of somebody trying to push the door and you trying to hold that door so tightly. You don't want that thing to enter because somebody has told you that this is how you should do it. Forget everything. Make your own rules. All those negative emotions require your attention. That's all. And they are fine. They are there. They are alive. There must be reason for their presence, which you may not know today. But as you build friendship with them, you build relations with them, you will know. It's like so many dots in the sky. And when you take a zoomed out, you start to connect the dots and you see a figure emerging. What are these horoscope signs? They are dots, and we have created certain figures out of it. Same way with your negative emotions, if you zoom out and see what is there, you start to see a pattern, and the understanding will eventually put you into a state where you start to accept everything. ज़्यादा बड़ा बोल गया मैं, accept everything. That's what meditation is for. It will not change anything outside. It will just change the way you see things. You see the stars and you see the pattern. That's what meditation is in the inner world, inner sky. It's finding your flow by changing the random flows and putting them into a one direction, like a harmony. And even if there is no harmony, when you zoom out, you see a pattern. That's what the subject is all about. Yes, Hinal, acceptance is a wonderful word. Mostly we borrow it. It's difficult to reach to the point of acceptance. It's very easy to pretend that I accept. It shows on our face. I've been practicing meditation, so no, actually, hear me out. I've been practicing meditation, but I was just fooling myself all these years, many, many years. And then I dropped everything because I felt it's nonsense, and I started thinking on my own without any prior so called opinions of other people, everyone included. And then realize that it's very simple. It's just that when we take it from somebody else's point of view, you start to match what you feel with somebody else saying something, and it doesn't match. Therefore, you think that what am I doing wrong? It's not working. It's just nothing. I mean, I'm same person. I'm just becoming more and more agitated, and it will happen. Those of us who are attempting something which is not designed for them will grow more and more agitated. They'll have more divisions. This is how you should do this. This is how you should not. The only thing happening is you are dividing things, and that's where you are wrong. Meditation is inclusive. You can't exclude anything. You have to include everything which is there in your ecosystem and make it a homogeneous part of your ecosystem, make it harmonious part of your ecosystem. This, and it's an endless process, because every now and then you come across a situation, a thought which does not fit with you. So there is a rejection. But then the theory is that, and see it from this point of view, it's just seeing that if it exists, there is some space for this. Nature has created, and it's fine. So, same way, your rejection is also a feeling. Accept that also. If you reject something, someone, some idea, then the rejection is also a feeling. It exists. You have encountered it. Even if it is imaginary, it exists. Imagination is also creation. And when you start to accept it, things start to fall in the right space, and you see everything a little better than yesterday, and it just keep going forward. So, was it too complex? Anyways, I've already said it. It's on the record now. तो करना क्या चाहिए? If that is the question, nobody asked me, but I'm just answering. Find some time every day, sit and start to ask yourself, what am I hiding from myself? You will see things which you are hiding. Once you become open, you create the environment of trust inside you. This is nothing to do with anyone outside. You don't have to share any of your secrets with anyone outside. But problem is that there are so many secrets which you are hiding from your own self. So start with that. Ask yourself, what am I hiding? What do I want? And sit, wait. Ideas will come, thoughts will come, let them come. When you meet yourself, and over a period of time, the environment of trust will be built. And then the things which are hiding inside will open up, will come to you, will meet you. And when they meet you, accept them. They are all your friend. They're part of you. You can't have this enemy, you can't make your left hand your enemy and start to hate it. You'll be incomplete. You just have to accept it. Everything is like your extension. Accept it. It's part of you. Recognize it. They are citizens of your inner country. You can't, push them away too much. They will come back. So make them part of your inner round table. Respectfully make them part of this inner ecosystem. And they are all going to make a wonderful team inside you. And when you are a united team, that was the topic for today, the unified individual, is when you have these components coming together, your team members coming together, sitting, playing in a harmony, then that will make you a real, powerful, strong one-person team. And the reason for unhappiness is just this team is not yet united. There are splits. Meditation can make this inner team united, come together, and play as a single unit. You got it.